Hey,
I miss you.
I miss you too.
Everybody, this is Helene Cronin. Helene is my friend. She's going to be your friend too in about like 30 seconds. Helene, you're in Texas.
I am.
Yes, you're a songwriter based out of Dallas, but you spent a lot of time in Nashville.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
It's my second home. I am there as much as I can get myself up there.
I love that. It's a good place to have a second home.
Yes.
If you had a
it
third
is.
home, where would your third home be?
Beach. Has to be on the beach somewhere.
Okay.
And lots of favorite beaches, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to be too picky about that.
I like it.
Because I can't afford it anyway.
I'm thinking for future when there's third home.
Yeah, someday.
It's good to.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to ask you, Helene, how are you right now?
Right now, this minute, I am doing well, a lot of mixed feelings. I'm doing really great, and some of your friends aren't going to know this. I'm in the middle of fighting a cancer battle, which came up very unexpectedly in the fall. So I'm right smack in the middle of my radiation treatments, and then I'm expected to make a full recovery. Feel very blessed because of that. I feel very fortunate to have a reason to look at my life and focus a little bit, because when you're a mom, when you're a musician, when you're a wife, when you're a homeowner and making trips to Nashville, all of that stuff, you can just be very, very overwhelmed, and interests pull you lots of different directions. So this has really had I would say, a focusing effect in my life. So it's one of the big things I've been thinking about this week.
Full recovery.
Yep.
I love that.
Absolutely. Yes.
That is good. I need to ask you also, really important question. Where are you? Where are you right now?
Physically, where am I?
All the things, yes.
Like in my
physically.
kitchen. This is my kitchen in Dallas. Yeah, and actually, I live in Plano, which is a suburb of a suburb. So you have Dallas, Richardson, and then Plano. And we moved here over 20 years ago for school districts and all that, family stuff, and just love this area. Easy to commute, out of DFW Airport. But I'm here in my kitchen where I write a ton of songs, sitting at my kitchen table. And so happy to be connected with you today, Sarah.
It is so good to see you.
As
you know, I'm in my bathroom, and I was telling you beforehand, you are the first guest I've had on Hey, I Miss You that hasn't already been in my bathroom. But
lucky me.
We have shared a bathroom.
Yes.
So that's we did share a bathroom.
We did share a bathroom, and we did quite well.
We did very well. You're a wonderful housemate. Lena and I we met in the Kerrville New Folk competition, and then we were part of the winning class of 2018. And so we got to spend this week at this beautiful Sycamore Creek ranch in Dripping Springs. And at that situation, we got to share a bathroom. And so that I brought tons of stuff to put in that bathroom.
You do not travel light.
No.
That was so funny. You had like a Mary Poppins bag, and just more and more things came out of it. But it was awesome.
Well, thanks for being a good sport about all of that.
Of course.
I would love you to sing a song of your choice and tell us why you're singing it.
Okay. I'm singing it because it's brand new, and because it's the middle of winter.
Yes.
And right about now, even in Texas, we miss the sun. And, it's just winters get long and cold up where you are. I know that. I don't know if I can handle it. How deep into it are you guys now? How many more months of snow do you have?
I mean, it could be 3.
Woo.
Usually what it is there's like official snow through March, and then there's probably snow in April. And then it's only worst case scenario that there's an early May snow. We try to not do that.
Yes. I went to school in Boulder, Colorado, and we had the same thing. We would always get our first snow somewhere around Halloween. And then one year, I think it was my senior year, we had a hip deep snow in May that shut the town down. And, they're used to snow up there. So to have it, it was crazy. But anyway, I love the sunshine, being I'm not a native Texas girl, but basically being a Texas girl. I love and miss the sun. So we wrote this. I wrote this with my friend Nicole Lewis, and we were kind of just throwing titles around and you know, rummaging for something to write about. And I don't know, I think she looked out the window and said something about the sun. So we began to write our little love affair song.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay? You know I hate goodbyes, still you slip off every night. It's cold while you're away. I'm a little lost without you here, left alone to wrestle with my fears. But I guess you never promised you would stay. But you're heartless to leave me in the darkness while you light up someone else's world somewhere. I'm jealous, I know it's selfish, but you come and go like you don't even care. You rise, you set, I take what I can get. You wake me up with a morning kiss. You're so easy to forgive the minute you show up in the room. Doubts disappear, clouds burn off. You chase away my worried thoughts. You change shadows into golden greens and blues. But you're heartless to leave me in the darkness while you light up someone else's world somewhere. I'm jealous, I know it's selfish, but you come and go like you don't even care. You rise, you set, I take what I can get. And sometimes I think I see you in the silver of the moon, in the midnight black. Do you know that I'm waiting here for you? Oh, you're heartless to leave me in the darkness while you light up someone else's world somewhere. I'm jealous, I know it's selfish, but you come and go like you don't even care. Oh, you rise, you set, I take what I can get. But you know I hate goodbyes, still you slip off every night. It's cold while you're away.
Yes.
Ah,
Helene,
thank you.
it.
Thank you. That's brand new. I haven't even played that out for anybody. So that's a
Debut.
debut song.
Hey, I miss you debut. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
I was
thank
gonna,
you.
yes. I just thought I need to test that one out. Give it a test run. So
I love it so much. I am a sun person, not a moon person. I am a day,
yeah.
morning
Yep.
and day and all of that stuff. And but I want to tell you, hey, I miss you. Helene is the best writers I've ever gotten to like hang out with legitimately.
Thank you.
And it's just
Thank you, Sarah. Gosh. Well, we are mutual fans of each other. I love what you do. And
thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for inviting me to be on here. It's just good to see you. And without a mask and just
That's
you know,
the bonus of the live stream things we've learned is like, you know, if you'd have told me 6 months ago that I would have like somehow been like looking at you on the phone and
yeah,
recording it, I would have been like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So
no,
we're
yeah.
learning new tricks all the time.
We are, and we have to stay. I think the thing that's been most frustrating to me about all of this COVID stuff is the damage it's done to human connection and just our, you know, like we were talking earlier about just being able to give somebody a hug where you have to, you meet, are you hugging? Are you not hugging? You know, and some people aren't, and you know, I think there's a loss to that and a grief in that I think has been collective for all of us.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. We have now entered the segment where I'm going to ask you to tell me something good.
Oh, something good.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to stay off politics.
Okay.
Something good is that I have been overwhelmed by the love of my extended Facebook community. I mean, I know my family, my husband loved me, and they care for me. And through this whole cancer thing, they've been very, very close. But I was not going to go public with the cancer thing because I just didn't want to be known for that. You know, I didn't want that to be part of my story in more ways than one. And then about a week before my surgery, I decided, you know what, I need to let people know. And I did. And just finding out the depth of concern and compassion that people have for me personally was a revelation, because I think Facebook's kind of anonymous and it's from a distance and all that, but I've had people reach out to me. I have somebody sent me this little bracelet, a woman I've only met once, and it says "Stronger than the Storm." One of my cousins sent me a pink bracelet with a little diamond in it, and somebody just sent me a journal that they made, a handmade journal, and you know, just, and then the notes and the Facebook messages. So it's made me realize that people are out there listening, and they are caring for each other. And it's a very divided society that we're living in now. But the basic roots of friendship and love and kindness toward each other are alive and well.
Yes, and that is good and beautiful. And
Yeah.
I mean, as your friend, like, of course, like anybody can, going public or private with that is their story. But I will say, like, it's nice to be able to root for you and cheer for you, you know,
you.
and I think that is, yeah. You did
Thank you.
live stream shortly thereafter, right?
I did, yeah. And you know what's funny? It's easy for me to be vulnerable in songs, and sometimes difficult in real life, because you feel judged or you're not sure how somebody's going to take something. Whereas if I put a song out and I know I've done my work on that song, they can think what they want. But in real life, and just putting yourself out there at the mercy of people, sometimes I'm a little reluctant to want to do that. And that's part of what was behind my wanting to just keep this close and get through it and just not let anybody know, and just get it behind me. But there's no way to just get this behind. You have to go through this, and to go through it with friends and with care and with support it's been a beautiful thing for me to experience. And I would have missed that if I had chosen to just keep it all under the radar.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. You are very welcome.
We're going to do In Case You Missed It. So I'm going to just back my train up a little bit. In case you missed it, this is Helene Cronin, and Helene and I met in Kerrville, Texas, at this magical place called the Kerrville Folk Festival. And the idea of being there right now sounds like heaven times 5 million. Like, it's just like, there is no place that I've been where people revere the song as much.
Yes.
And where people are as willing to, like, just get in, and everybody's like, we're all, here we are, all the same, for the same reason. I don't know. It was just like this great equalizer, even though one of our classmates, like, was just on The Voice kicking all, like,
Ian Flanagan. Yes.
Boot.
That was so good to see him.
Yes.
Getting some recognition.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And you have been writing for a long time. You do go to Nashville, so you do tons of co-writing as well as solo writing. You've released a couple albums.
Yes. Do you want me to
Well, talk about the ones I don't have. Talk about the ones I don't have, because I'll get to them.
Well, the ones that I don't have, I put out some a long time ago. But in my more recent musical journey, since I've been going to Nashville, in 2014, I put out an EP of 6 songs, and it's called Restless Heart. And they're all on Spotify and iTunes and my website. And that was my beginning foray back into, okay, I do have this artist thing. I go to Nashville and I write for other artists and hope to have somebody famous cut one of my songs someday. That may never happen. You know, I have no control over that part. I do have control over the songs I write. So I was writing this little batch of songs, and people were responding to them in shows. And so I put that first EP together. In 2015, I put a second one together of 7 songs called Belong to the River. And my plan at the time was to try to put out an EP of 6 or 7 songs every year. Well, it just got to be too much. So in 2018, my publisher at the time, I had a really strong batch of songs at this point, and she put me in touch with the man that produced the one that you have.
This is the newest EP.
Yes, and that's the first full-length project I've done in years. A lot of work went into it. We hired a full band, studio session guys, and a studio in Nashville, and worked really, really hard on song choices, and put that together and released it a little over a year ago.
So, it was like October
of 2019.
Yeah.
Yes, I still call it my new record.
Oh, for sure. It's your new baby.
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
I'm going to link to all of these on there.
Okay.
Stone, first tell me which album First Stone is on, because that's one of my favorites.
First Stone is on Belong to the River.
Okay. And I'm going to tell a tiny story quick about that, is that when we were all selected as finalists for Kerrville, Lindsay and Deb made a really great Spotify playlist with all of the finalist songs, and they put First Stone on there. And I was doing my makeup one day and getting ready for a show and listening to the playlist, and that song came on.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, who is this? It's so good. So good.
Thank you.
I'm only holding one in my hand. I do encourage everyone to do the deep dive, and I'll link and make that possible.
Thank you.
I have asked you for my Sarah Request song to sing a song that, so we would go on these house concerts, these amazing house concerts.
Yes.
And we would do Songwriters in the Round. There were 5 of us. And we had 8 shows together. And so we kind of got to know each other's songs as it went along. And Helene had played this song, Humankind, for us. And it immediately became like everyone's favorite. And here's how we're closing out all the shows. And so I asked if you would
forgot about that. We did, yeah.
Yeah.
That was so, and for me as a writer to be, here we were. Who was missing from our tour? Was somebody missing? That's right.
BenBedford.com.
I was going, I can't remember. Yes. So 5 of us. Yeah. And I remember the response of you 4 to that song just meant so much to me. Every time I sang it, I could feel your love and support behind it, and sometimes little harmonies.
Yeah. I'm very excited that I get to hear it again.
Yes.
I'm going to I'm going to be in Texas in my heart while we do this. Okay.
All right. Well, this is a song called Humankind, and it's the way we decided to title it was all one word, because I'd seen a hashtag that said #humankind on Facebook, and somebody had posted a heartwarming story. And I thought, well, that's interesting. What if we said something like, nothing helps human pain like human kind instead of kindness. And I didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know if it was a bad idea, or if I could turn that into a song. But I took that idea to my friend Scott Shawn White. And have you met Scott in any of the Kerrville stuff? Okay. He was a finalist the year after us. Anyway, this is what we wrote. Hang on, because I just fiddled with my capo's and it didn't like it.
It does that.
Sorry.
No. You tune because you care. That's how that goes.
And I would I'd be really mad at myself halfway through the song, having to listen to that. It's also a little cold in my kitchen, so it's pulling. Sharp, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I get that.
He's an old man, a hard man, can't hold on to nothing. Not his razor, not his temper, not his tongue. She's a young nurse, a sweet girl, comes in every morning, makes his bed, shaves his face, cleans him up. She's been there 3 years now, ain't seen one of his kids ever come around. So she drives in on her Sundays off to play a game of gin and take him for a walk. And for a little while he forgets to be mad. He remembers how to tell a joke and make a pretty girl laugh. The hurt goes away and the lonely fades with just a smile and the gift of a little time. Nothing eases human pain like human kind. She's the new kid in a new town for the 3rd time in 2 years. And high school can be cruel when you're different. And he can tell when she walks in, she's a trust nobody who could use a friend. He takes the seat beside her no one wants to take. And in the lunchroom, that's a pretty big thing. And for a little while, she forgets to be scared. She remembers for a minute what it's like to fit in somewhere. The hurt goes away and the lonely fades with just a smile and the gift of a little time. Nothing eases human pain like human kind. And it don't take much to help someone, to save someone. 'Cause for a little while we forget to give up. We remember what it's like when someone walks this road with us. The hurt goes away and the lonely fades with just a smile and the gift of a little time. Nothing eases human pain like human kind. Like human kind.
Oh, I got
Thank you, Sarah.
weepy for a second there on the end. I tried to
man.
keep it.
Oh yeah.
Keep it in there.
Yeah, I've had that song a couple of times just break me down in front of people, and sometimes it gets to me. So
Yeah.
thank you for requesting that one.
Yes, thank you for singing it. Thank you so much for being
happy
here
to.
on Hey, I Miss You, the show that I made up just because I want to hang out with my friends and hear them.
I think that's a lovely idea, and I'm so glad glad that you asked me to do it.
Yes, I'm gonna sing my theme song. Are you ready?
Yes.
Hey, I miss you, and I hope you're doing well. I miss you, and hearing your music IRL. So I am thinking that you'll sing a song or two, and I'll just sit here in my bathroom saying, hey, I miss you.
That's awesome.
That's the song. Thank you all for watching. I will be linking to everything Helene Cronin in the show notes, and we'll be back next Friday at noon. So
thank you, Sarah.
Yes,
this was so much fun.
Yes.
I miss you too, and I'm really lucky that I got to spend a few minutes with you today.
Me too. Thank you. Okay.
All right. See ya.